If you're watching this, there's a strong chance you or someone you love has quietly wondered, is this just part of getting older? The slower mornings, the fading desire, the frustration of wanting intimacy but feeling like your body isn't listening anymore. For years, men, especially seniors, have been told to accept it, to laugh it off, or to rely on pills that work today and fail tomorrow. But what if the problem isn't age? What if it's that your body has been missing one simple signal? Today, I want you to listen carefully, because what I'm about to share has been hiding in plain sight, in kitchens, cupboards, and traditional medicine cabinets for centuries. Not a miracle, not magic, just a small, overlooked spice that affects blood flow, hormones, and nerve sensitivity in a way that most men never connect to their performance. Stay with me, because in about 30 seconds, I'll reveal the one mistake almost every man makes when using it. And that mistake is the reason they never see results. And once you understand that, the rest of this will completely change how you look at your energy, confidence, and intimacy going forward. When most men think about libido and erection strength, they immediately blame hormones or age. But the real story usually starts much earlier, quietly, in the blood vessels. Every strong erection depends on one thing first: healthy blood flow. Without it, desire can be high and the mind can be willing, but the body simply doesn't respond the way it once did. As men grow older, the inner lining of the blood vessels becomes less flexible, circulation slows, and nitric oxide, the natural signal that tells vessels to open wide, drops steadily. This is not a failure. It's physiology. And this is exactly where cloves enter the conversation in a way most people never hear explained clearly. Cloves contain a powerful compound called eugenol, known for its warming, circulation-enhancing effect. When taken correctly, it gently encourages blood vessels to relax, allowing more blood to move efficiently through the body. This matters because erections are not about force. They are about flow. Seniors often notice that erections take longer to appear, don't last as long, or feel weaker than before. That's not desire disappearing. That's delayed circulation. By supporting nitric oxide pathways, cloves help the body respond faster to arousal signals, which many men describe as feeling more awake or more responsive again after consistent use. But here's what keeps viewers glued to this information. Cloves don't work like a stimulant. There's no sudden rush, no artificial spike. Instead, they work quietly in the background, improving the environment inside your blood vessels day by day. This is why men who expect instant results give up too early and say it did nothing. The truth is, the body needs repetition to rebuild sensitivity and responsiveness. Seniors who stay consistent often report that morning firmness returns first, which is a strong sign that circulation is improving even before intimacy comes into play. Another overlooked factor is inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation stiffens blood vessels and interferes with nerve signaling. Cloves have natural anti-inflammatory properties that help calm this internal irritation. When inflammation drops, nerves communicate better and blood flows more smoothly. This combination directly affects erection quality because arousal is not just physical, it's neurological. If the signal from the brain arrives late or weak, the response will always feel incomplete. Cloves support that communication pathway in a subtle but meaningful way, which is why traditional medicine associated them with male vitality long before modern labs existed. What makes this especially relevant for seniors is that many are already dealing with blood pressure issues, fatigue, or reduced stamina. When circulation improves, men often notice secondary benefits like warmer hands and feet, better energy during the day, and improved confidence. Confidence matters more than most men admit. Once a man has experienced a few disappointing moments, anxiety creeps in, and anxiety tightens blood vessels even further. It becomes a cycle. By supporting blood flow naturally, cloves help break that cycle, not by force, but by restoring trust in the body's ability to respond. There's also the issue of absorption. Whole cloves release their compounds slowly, which is why preparation matters. Crushing or soaking activates the oils that influence circulation. This is why older men who follow traditional methods report better outcomes than those who casually sprinkle clove powder on food. The body recognizes intention and consistency. When cloves are taken on an empty stomach or paired with warm water, Their warming effect travels faster through the bloodstream, enhancing their ability to support vascular response. Another reason this matters so much for seniors is medication overlap. Many men rely on short-term solutions that force blood flow temporarily but do nothing to improve vessel health. Over time, this dependency can make natural responses weaker. Cloves, on the other hand, support the foundation rather than overriding it. Men often describe the difference as feeling natural again, rather than mechanically triggered. That natural response is what restores dignity and peace of mind, which no pill can guarantee. What keeps this topic fascinating is how underestimated small daily habits are. A tiny spice, used correctly, influencing something as personal and important as male confidence, feels almost unbelievable at first. But when you understand that erections are a vascular event, not a performance test, it starts to make sense. Seniors who focus on circulation often see improvements not just in the bedroom, but in overall vitality. Better blood flow means better oxygen delivery, better nutrient transport, and better recovery, all of which indirectly support libido. And here's the detail that most people never connect. As circulation improves, testosterone becomes more effective, even if levels don't dramatically rise. Hormones need blood flow to reach tissues. Without good circulation, even normal testosterone levels can feel useless. By improving delivery, cloves help the body use what it already has more efficiently. That's why some men report improved desire without any lab changes at all. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about removing the internal roadblocks that prevent the body from responding naturally. When seniors understand that erectile strength is a reflection of vascular health, not masculinity, the shame disappears and curiosity takes its place. Curiosity leads to consistency, and consistency is where real change happens. Cloves don't shout, they whisper. But when the body starts listening, the response can be stronger than expected. Stay with me, because in about 30 seconds, I'll reveal the one mistake almost every man makes when using it. And that mistake is the reason they never see results. And once you understand that, the rest of this will completely change how you look at your energy, confidence, and intimacy going forward. Most men believe libido starts in the mind, but the truth is, it starts in the nervous system. Desire, arousal, firmness, and staying power all depend on how clearly nerves can send and receive signals between the brain and the body. As men age, these signals often become weaker, slower, or inconsistent. It doesn't mean attraction is gone. It means the wiring isn't firing the way it once did. This is one of the most frustrating experiences for seniors, because mentally they feel ready, but physically the response feels delayed or incomplete. That disconnect slowly chips away at confidence, and confidence loss further dulls the nervous system, creating a loop that many men never realize they're stuck in. Cloves play a surprising role here because of how they interact with nerve endings and neurotransmitters. Eugenol, the primary active compound in cloves, has been shown to stimulate sensory nerves while also calming overactive stress responses. This balance is critical. Many seniors live in a constant low-grade stress state, even if they don't feel anxious. Financial worries, health concerns, sleep disruption, and fear of performance failure all keep the nervous system in a guarded mode. When the body is in defense, sexual response is not a priority. Blood flow slows, sensitivity drops, and erections become unreliable. Cloves help shift the nervous system out of that defensive state and into a receptive one. Another overlooked factor is how nerve sensitivity naturally declines with age. The same level of touch or stimulation that once triggered an instant response may now feel muted. This can lead men to believe something is broken, when in reality the nerves simply need support. Cloves have a warming, activating effect that increases local circulation to nerve endings, making them more responsive. Seniors who use cloves consistently often describe sensations feeling sharper and more noticeable, which directly impacts arousal quality. Sensitivity is not just about pleasure, it's about feedback. When the body feels more, it responds more confidently. Hormonal communication is also deeply tied to nerve health. Testosterone doesn't act alone. It relies on nerve receptors to carry out its effects. As nerve signaling weakens, testosterone becomes less effective, even if blood levels are technically normal. This is why some men are told their labs look fine, yet still feel low desire or weak performance. By supporting nerve function, cloves help the body actually respond to the hormones it already has. This creates a noticeable shift in libido without forcing artificial changes. Sleep is another area where this connection becomes obvious. Poor sleep disrupts nerve repair and hormone regulation. Many seniors wake up tired, stiff, and mentally foggy, which directly impacts desire later in the day. Cloves have mild calming properties that support deeper rest when used appropriately. Better sleep improves nerve regeneration, lowers cortisol, and restores the natural rhythm of desire that many men assume is gone forever. Men who sleep better often notice spontaneous interest returning, not because they tried harder, but because their nervous system finally had space to recover. There's also the issue of anticipation anxiety. After one or two disappointing experiences, the brain starts expecting failure. That expectation alone can shut down nerve signals before arousal even begins. This is not weakness, it's conditioning. Cloves help by reducing stress-related nerve interference. When the nervous system feels calmer, signals travel more smoothly. Seniors often report feeling less pressure and more presence during intimacy, which allows the body to respond naturally instead of feeling forced. Taste and smell play a subtle but powerful role as well. Cloves stimulate sensory pathways connected to memory and emotion. These pathways are closely linked to sexual response. That's why certain smells can instantly change mood or desire. By engaging these sensory systems, cloves gently remind the brain of pleasure and warmth, reinforcing positive associations rather than fear or doubt. This sensory activation is one reason cloves have been used traditionally as an aphrodisiac, not because they create desire, but because they remove the mental and neurological barriers blocking it. Consistency matters here more than intensity. Nerves respond to repeated signals, not one-time events. Seniors who incorporate cloves regularly notice gradual improvements in responsiveness, rather than dramatic spikes. This gradual change is what makes the results feel real and sustainable. The body doesn't feel shocked, it feels supported. Over time, nerve pathways strengthen, sensitivity improves, and confidence rebuilds quietly. What makes this especially powerful for older men is that nerve health affects far more than sexual function. Improved nerve signaling supports balance, coordination, digestion, and mental clarity. When these systems improve together, libido often follows naturally. Desire doesn't exist in isolation. It's a reflection of how safe, energized, and connected the body feels overall. The biggest mistake men make is assuming loss of libido is purely psychological or purely hormonal. It's neither. It's neurological. When seniors understand that their body hasn't betrayed them, it has simply adapted to years of stress and under support, hope returns. Cloves don't override the nervous system. They retrain it gently. That retraining is what brings back responsiveness, trust, and natural desire in a way that feels authentic rather than artificial. Stay with me, because in about 30 seconds, I'll reveal the one mistake almost every man makes when using it, and that mistake is the reason they never see results. And once you understand that, the rest of this will completely change how you look at your energy, confidence, and intimacy going forward.